Hey, this is Conscious Muscle with video number 2, unscripted and unedited, so do forgive me once again if I stumble upon my words or rant and rave. My second video was going to be in regards to vegans and protein, but instead, it's going to be about animal lovers, or I should say pet lovers. I'm going to try and keep it quick and prompt. I live in South Florida, and near where I live, there's an area called Loxahatchee where one of the biggest animal cruelty stings just took place, and 3 slaughterhouses were shut down, and owners and workers were arrested. As a matter of fact, one of the places was Rancho Garcia, which is actually where I bought 2 pigs recently and rescued them from slaughter. A mother pig and her daughter, and the mom is actually pregnant, which is really cool, so all those pigs will not be slaughtered. They'll have good lives. I had this scumbag on my property. I'm a little frustrated, a little pissed off right now. And as a vegan in general, I am too, at the practices which take place daily. So again, what gets me, and I've gotten into dialogues with people regarding the subject, many people claim to be animal lovers. If you eat meat, you're not a fucking animal lover. You're a pet lover. I know everyone says if I saw an animal being abused, I would step in and do something. Like if you saw Joe Blow humming along, walking down the street, kicking a golden retriever puppy, you would go and bash his head and call the cops and he'd be arrested for animal cruelty. Meanwhile, these things, acts even more heinous than that, take place daily with pigs, cows, and chickens, and countless other animals. 70 billion animals a year are murdered, slaughtered, mutilated, and raped for our greed and our belly. It's outlandish. I assure you, in the very near future, factory farming will be looked upon in the same light that we view slavery. Once acceptable, now not acceptable at all. So again, I'm not one of those vegans that thinks, oh, I'm better than you. You know, I'm not a holier than thou vegan. I'm not riding on my high horse. Because I'm vegan, I don't ride horses. But seriously, you know, I eat meat. I used to eat meat the majority of my life as a bodybuilder, copious amounts of meat, pounds of fucking meat a day. And then I woke up and I realized what I was doing, and I decided to do something about it. So for all those non-vegans and meat eaters out there, I'm not talking shit, okay? I'm really not. For all you trolls out there, it doesn't matter what I say. Haters gonna hate. A lot of people drink their haterade before they write their little comments behind their keyboard, whatever. My point is this: if you eat meat, do not claim to be an animal lover, because you are not. You are a pet lover. There is a huge difference. It just irks the shit out of me for some reason. So again, I know this isn't what I plan to do for my second video. I know this is kind of like a mini rant, but what happened today and took place with those raids just prompted me to do this, because people here are outraged. How dare them butcher horses for meat? Yeah, how dare them butcher fucking anything for meat? It's horrendous. And I'm going to leave it at that. And I just want to state for the meat eaters out there, you know, check out the documentary Earthlings on earthlings.com. Watch Forks Over Knives. Watch Cowspiracy. Open your eyes. Be open to new knowledge. I understand when someone questions everything you've been conditioned to believe your entire life, you're going to meet it with ignorance and hostility, just like I did. Believe me, when veganism was brought to my attention, actually by a client of mine, I met it with ignorance and hostility, because you're essentially telling me the way I live my life is wrong. And I'm not having that shit. My ego won't have that shit. But point is, it is wrong. You know, there's a reason slaughterhouses don't have glass walls. If you knew what went on, you wouldn't eat meat. I mean, if you're not okay watching a golden retriever have a meat hook jammed through its gut and watching it bleed out, whimpering in pain, you shouldn't be okay with it happening to a pig, cow, or chicken, or any other animal. We are all earthlings, and that divine presence that resides within us resides within all things. All things. I understand, because of our intellectual capacity, we place more value on our lives because we understand the mortality of this physical existence, whereas animals don't. Therefore, we attach that value to our lives. But just because we attach that value doesn't make it a universal truth. That value resides within all things as well. A pig, chicken, cow, horse, dog, their lives are no less valuable than ours in the grand universal scheme of things. And it's time we started viewing it from that perspective. So, I guess that's the end of my video. Again, if it makes sense and resonates with some people, great. If not, tough shit.